to discover something novel, moving, inspiring, to discover something new and extraordinary in yourself, the idea and the business you choose to do. Consider a new role. Find an entrepreneur in you. Take risks. Crave for the new. Build new relationships. Find new energy to break all barriers. Become one with your idea, your passion and belief. Well, since 1999, we have partnered and nurtured more business relationships than any other company. Helping entrepreneurs explore new businesses is not just what we believe in. It has always been who we are. Since Gaurav packed his bags and left off in search of the extraordinary, we have opened and put more businesses on a growth path than anybody else. And the best thing about growth is that it never stops knocking on the doors of successful people. Successful people who are always looking for the right opportunity. We all get a moment with that opportunity. And right now, somewhere around you, right here, there is an opportunity waiting just for you. An opportunity that could lead you on your path for the rest of your life. As franchise Indians every day, everything we do is creating an opportunity for you. Because your growth is our business.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Today, we have a fitness and wellness brand from Dubai called Pilates Academy. Pilates Academy was founded in Dubai in 2014 by internationally acclaimed Pilates expert Chloe Somadosi. Pilates brings 25 years of experience in the world of fitness and wellness. Co-founder Anjali Chandiramani adds a unique vision focusing on achieving impactful physical and mental transformation through Pilates. Today, before we talk more about the brand and the business opportunity, let me introduce you our panelists. Today, we are joined with Anjali herself, right? She's the co-founder of this brand. We also have Reshu Rathi. She's the key account manager. And I'm joined with Nikita Lomesh. She's the consultant from Franchise India. But before we start talking about the brand and the business opportunity, I would like to inform all the viewers that you all have an opportunity to ask you questions related to the brand and the business opportunity. I would request you all to please keep on posting your queries into the Q&A box to make this session more interactive. We will take up all the questions post the brand presentation. Now, I would request Anjali to come forward and help us understand your journey and the brand, the opportunity. Over to you, Anjali.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Anjali Chandiramani, and I am the co-founder of Pilates Academy, first Dubai and now India as well. Very, very happy and proud to be here. Thank you for having me. To tell you guys a little bit about myself, I am a mother of two. I have my son's 20 and my daughter is 14. A strong, fit woman who joined Pilates almost 15 years ago. I've always been into fitness for the last forever. And Pilates came into my life 15 years ago. I started practicing it, understood the benefits of it. As a woman, we're juggling, handling so many things. And I realized the importance of having a strong core and working your deep inner core muscles, and started to get on my journey of Pilates. I realized as I continued the change it created in my life, in my posture, in my balance, in my mental, emotional, and physical stability and balance. Hence came my journey of actually getting into the business of Pilates, realizing that not only was it benefiting me, but it was also growing as a business opportunity. About 10 years ago, I joined hands with my beautiful partner, Chloe Somadosi. I'm Indian, she's Italian. We came together to grow her already existing brand, Pilates Academy. It actually comes from Italy, that's where she's from, and also New York, where she studied, and now in Dubai for the last over 10 years. We have been growing the brand organically with a large number of students in our field of work. Not only do we train uh, regular people who are trying to get fitter, but we also make trainers, which is why we're an academy. We're the largest school of Pilates as well, one of the largest in the world, actually, having our own education line. Organically, we grew from one studio to two to many now, expanding into Dubai, Middle East, and even in India, we already have a few existing branches. We are the founders not only of the brand for the studios, we are also the founders for education as well as equipment line. So we are actually the end-to-end solution for Pilates. Not only do we extend our studio expertise with you, we will be giving you our own line of equipment when you buy or invest in the franchise, as well as take responsibility for all your trainers to make sure that the quality of education provided to them is up to our standard and power, and then eventually extend it to the clientele. I would like to move forward with sharing the presentation that has been created to get you guys a little bit more informed about the brand. So just bear with me a moment. All right, so that's Pilates Academy. This is our Dubai logo, and these are our Dubai studios. Just bear with me a second. Sorry.
Okay, click on the screen and then you will be able to navigate.
I'm trying to, but for some reason, I'm not able to navigate through it. Let me try that again.
Okay,
Sorry
no
about
problem.
that. Are you still only seeing the first page?
Yeah. Rishu, would you be able to play this on her behalf? Okay.
Thank you, Rachel. All right, amazing. That's us. That's our Dubai studio, as you can see. Rachel, can you go to the next page, please? That's our Mumbai studio, actually. It's bang in the middle of Bandra. We opened this about 2 years ago, already a very successful studio. It's only 1,000 square feet, as you can see. We have what you call the reformers. And on the left-hand side, which you can't really tell in the photos, we have a beautiful piece of equipment called the fuse ladder. So it's a combination of reformers and fuse ladder. That's me and that's Chloe. We got together almost 10 years ago, and we have built the brand Pilates Academy. As you can see, we're actually a 25-year-old brand, initially starting in Italy, New York, then to Dubai, and now moving to India as well. That's our team of educators. These are all our trainers in Dubai. So what we do assure you is that every person hired by us within India will be qualified to be teaching as Pilates Academy up to the Pilates Academy module and qualification of education. Our ethos is very simple. It is about healing, it's about growing, it's about health, and we take a lot of effort in improving the health benefits of Pilates to our clientele. So it's preventive to some extent. We like people to join it for the reasons of avoiding pain and injuries in the future. As you know, our posture and our the way we our lifestyle choices today, it really affects the way we walk, the way we feel. We're lethargic, our movements are restricted, etc. So Pilates helps us with that, and that's something that we bring to the table. But also it comes with a lot of healing. Pilates is a very big healing power of anybody who's already injured, who already has spine issues, gut issues, etc. We help them with a healing process as well. So it's correction as well as a preventive. These are, as I mentioned, the three B2B modules that we have in our studio. One is the operations, where you can take a franchise and run a successful studio of your own. One is the education, where not only are we one of the best educators for Pilates, but we make sure that everyone that's hired under us has been educated by one of our selected teachers and is under the bandwidth of Pilates Academy. So even if they're already educated, we will bridge them to the quality of Pilates Academy and make sure that every studio runs at that standard. That's our beautiful equipment line, as you can see, manufactured by us in Korea. And not only is the manufacturing by us, the designing is by us as well. So a lot of our trainers have come together to come up with ideas of how to extend the quality of the reformer, which have been incorporated of years and years of thought process into our line of equipment. So that's the combination that we extend to our franchisees. Pilates is only for women. Not true at all. As you can see, I'm training to very strong men there, whether it's athletic men or men with injuries, or if we're just doing a lot of other things such as playing sports or running on the road or doing a lot of strength training. No matter what kind of fitness routine you have, it's absolutely phenomenal to add Pilates into your routine. I'm very proud to say that this is my India studio, and it's lovely to see a lot of male clientele in our studio. And we have now grown dramatically to tap that market of men as well. So Pilates is not a feminine workout at all. It's strong, it involves the core, it helps in healing benefits, and so much well recognized by men today. So, yes, it extends to everyone. This is a little bit about our investment. We have three standards of space. One is under 1,200. I'm going to say this is square meter. I'm going to say it in square feet. So under 1,200, 2,000, and 3,000 square feet, which is essential, standard, and premium. So depending on that, we help you equip your studio. We recommend the type of equipment. Our Dubai studio is obviously one of the most equipped studios in the world, I'd like to say, whereby every piece of Pilates equipment exists there, but that's not what we extend to our franchisees. We try to understand what you're looking for in terms of a studio and the ethos that you want to extend to your clientele. And then we recommend the best kind of equipment to have in your studio, which will also be a great combination for a very profitable business plan. We come out with a good business plan for you, share it with you, and then we go ahead and equip your studio. So the space will obviously determine the kind of equipment that you can have in your studio. we extend to, like I already said, training. So we make sure that everybody trained in your studio, whether it's your receptionist and how to communicate with the client, it's your trainers, it's your manager, everyone is trained by us to make sure that they're constantly updated with how to deal with clients, how to give them correct feedback, correct knowledge. If there are any injured clients, we give you ongoing support from the back end to make sure that they're treated correctly, they have the right kind of education to be able to handle such clients. That's just us having a personal session with the clients. So not only do we do group classes, we also do one-on-ones, and those are equally popular as group classes in your studios. And this is really helps a little bit in more direct connection with understanding the requirements of the client and how to improve their posture or any body goals that they're looking for. Resha, do you want to take over and talk about the franchise fee and the master franchise fee? You're not audible.
I
Audible
think,
now?
Anjali, that is what I'll take care of. So you can complete with the presentation, and I think then I can go through the financial numbers.
Sure,
Okay.
Nikita. Thank you. Reshu, if you can skip the next page so Nikita can take over, then I'm just going to close it.
Over to you, Nikita. Is it visible?
Is there any end to it? She asked me to finish the presentation. So if you skip to the last page.
Sure.
So we are on the page number 10. We still have 11th and 12th.
Yes, please go ahead. Reshu, if you can just switch to the next page. All right, so meet our team. This is us again. As you can see, we have a strong brand ethos of spreading love, spreading positivity, and making it a profitable business as well. It is important for everyone who participates in the brand to understand the ethos of what we are doing and what we are looking to put out there in the universe. We are here looking to help, looking to heal, looking to improve, and make the world a little bit more beautiful than it was yesterday.
Thank you so much, Anjali. I think it was a very nice presentation. And I think most of the people who has joined us on today's webinar had been able to grasp much more about the brand. I think before we go into the financial numbers, I think I'll also want to sum up a few things here. Because since to have an understanding for the brand in Indian market, we did have a research, and it actually proves that the wellness and fitness industry today is actually booming. And today it's an the awareness about wellness and this recreations have become quite a good phenomenon in Indian market for healthy living and fitness. And I think that is why Pilates, it is a form of, I think, a low impact exercises, but it has actually taken a lot of popularity in India recently. There had been new brands that we see that has pulled up into, I think, in the last few years. But why we would suppose that Pilates studios would become a good proposition to have a franchise and expansion in India is because I think it comes with an established brand reputation. It is not that it's a new brand. There are risks involved. So I think a trust factor is always there. A partner can have their independent center and Pilates being a new concept, I think it's widely acceptable in metro tier 1, tier 2 cities as well. Since they have a proven business model, I think that actually helps you reduce the risk, and I think there will be comprehensive trainings as well that the brand is going to provide for your staff, for your management. And it's not that it would be only a launch training. It will be an ongoing trainings throughout the tenure, wherever you require, wherever trainings are required, marketings are required. I think brand have their own guidelines. And I think the major USP for bringing an international brand is that we are not bringing them in India. They already have started their roots from, I think, Mumbai, which is, I think, the most challengeable city, because you have these high rentals, high costings, and I think the brand is performing very well there. And I think that is why we would feel that it would be the right time to bring it into other Indian markets as well. And I think the major part is that you won't not have to struggle for equipments. They have the standardized equipments which will be provided by the brand, which had been proven to be really good for the business, even in the international markets and also into the Mumbai chain. And I think people who would want to go for Mumbai or different regions, they can go and visit their centers and look around, as in what they have already brought to India as a market. I think now we can go into the financial numbers. How do we propose franchises? So, Reshu, if you can take down the screen, I'll present it. Okay, just allow me a minute. You would be something you'll need from 1,500 to 3,000 square feet. We have taken into a consideration a 2,000 square feet. That doesn't mean that we would want to limit the area to that. If you have an area maybe a little smaller than this into very high traffic, high footfall areas, we are good to go for there. If you have a larger unit, the brand will be able to do that for you. So typically for a 2,000 square feet, you will have a Pilates studio, you'll have these changing rooms, your receptions, everything that's been considered here. In terms of the investment, so if we'll talk about the investment into your fit outs, so typically 20 to 25 lakh rupees would go into your interior fit out, which would include your partitions, your lightings, your ceilings, and the entire design guidelines that the brand is going to provide for. Then could be your furniture fixtures cost, which would include your reception furnitures, your desk, any kind of sittings or storages that are required. Equipment, as I have already told, and I think Anjali has also promoted, that the brand equipments would come from the brand. And typically, we have considered a 32 lakh rupee cost for the equipments, but it would differ basis the size of the center. If it's a little higher, the center size is a little higher, the equipment cost would also vary according to that. Then could be your expenses and your signages, your launch expenses, and a franchise fee of 15 lakh rupees is what you will pay. And I like to advise that this 15 lakh franchise fee is a discounted franchise fee for the initial few partners, which we would want to bring on board. So that is the opportunity that we have brought in. So your start investment would start somewhere around 75 lakh rupees, in where 60 lakh rupees goes into your setup and the entire center, and 15 lakhs is what you pay for the franchise fee. Additionally, there could be a working capital that you introduce basis your initial staff salaries, your lease deposits, your expenses for the first few months. So that could be an additional expense for that. Now, your revenue comes through two streams. One would be your academy revenue, where we say that if in a 2,000 square feet area, 1,500 square feet is dedicated to your Pilates studio and training. So there, ideally, 100 memberships is what we have considered that you can easily enroll month on month basis. And we have not taken into consideration a very high revenue. We have been conservative, where we say that the member capacity could typically be 60% in the first year, and from there it can reach 70 to 80% in the following years. That is how we have considered a conservative revenue growth approach here. Number of sessions per day could be 8 to 10 sessions. And if we are going for different category of cities, so A category city, an average class fee could be close to 1,500 rupees. A city could have a class fee of close to 1,200 rupees, and a C city can be around 1,000 rupees. I think the price structure is what can be defined basis the advice of the brand as well whenever we launch into a certain city. Additionally, I think we also have a revenue coming through retail, though a very minimum amount or a minimum percentage of revenue comes through retail, but there in future the brand can onboard new products as well. Typically, right now they're more into the Pilates socks and other accessories. I think Anjali can also guide it around that as well. And typically, a 1,500 rupees could be an average price around these, and where the partner can earn a 20% margin on sale of these products. Then for a 2,000 square feet center, we say that at least three Pilates instructors is what.
Sorry,
Yes, Anjali.
Nikita, we earn over 100% on the socks and duffel bags and tote bags and water bottles, etc. Yeah, it's over, I want to say over 200%.
That's very nice. I think that actually gives an extra edge of an revenue for the partner. And when it comes to Pilates trainers, and I think what had been a proven model for Anjali in Mumbai as well is that there is a base salary that has been instructed for these instructors, and they earn incentives per session. And I think that is a wonderful way to actually onboard these trainers as well, where we say typically 25,000 is what they earn as a minimum salary per month, and additionally 900 rupees is what is paid to them per class, per session, as an incentive, where at least 16 sessions per instructors need to be conducted in a month. So this is how we have strategized that. Additionally, you can would be require a studio manager, a receptionist, or a front desk, and a maintenance or a cleaning person. So typically, your monthly salary, a base salary, could be between 1 to 1.3 lakh rupees, and additionally, the incentives would be drawn to these instructors uh, on the session scenario. Uh, Additionally, I think a brand fee, when we discuss about what kind of fee that you will be paying, so there will be a 30,000 rupees monthly royalty, that is the threshold level, or a 6% royalty, whichever is higher, is paid to the brand. And I think the others could be your operating expenses, such as your rentals, and typically your rentals could range between 50 to 80 rupees, depending on which category of city you'll be launching your center in, and additionally other expenses and some kind of online promotions, which could be a recurring marketing expense for these partners. So when we say that this is a kind of revenue that these partners draws, so an average ROI could be about 80 to 90% if we take into consideration for a 5 year period, giving them the return on their initial investment in a period of 1.5 to 1.6 years. So between 18 to 20 months, you can see your investment coming back. And please be advised, this is based on the conservative approach, where we said that for the first year, we only have considered that a 60% member capacity fulfillment is there, and then we achieved it later. But I think Anjali can better guide us on
Yes,
how the Mumbai stores were.
I want to take the lead here to say that our um, our Mumbai first branch in India ever, where nobody knew about the brand, broke even in 9 months. And already within 2 years, he's opened his second one in Worli. And this was bang in the middle of Bandra, where there were many other Pilates studios existing. But that was the quality that we were offering. We were about 10% more expensive than the others. And yet we penetrated into the market beautifully. And his ROI was fantastic, to say the least.
Sure. Thank you so much, Anjali, on that. And I think this was how a single store is going to perform. But we would be prioritizing the territory rights. If a person would want to take an entire territory and have a particular rollout in these cities, so we have targeted the top 10 cities in India, which would be Delhi, Mumbai, where we say that at least 20 centers could be running in the entire vicinity, where we'll be giving these rides on a 60 lakh rupee master fee. Uh, for the Bangalore region, we consider that at least 15 centers could be running there, for which the rides would be given for 45 lakh rupees. Pune, Hyderabad, and Chennai market and Gujarat market. These four regions can have 10 centers across the territory, where the rights would be given for 30 lakh rupees each. Kolkata can see 8 centers for a 24 lakh rupee master fee, and Tri City and Rajasthan. These regions can accommodate 6 centers, where we will give these rights for an 18 lakh rupees master fee. And please be advised, the sub franchisee centers The royalty fee and the franchise fee would be shared 40% by the area developer and 60% would be passed on to the brand on the sub-franchisee royalties being collected and the franchise fees collected. And an area partner can easily earn that initial investment back in a period of 1.5 to 2 years, where an agreement period would be 5 plus 5 years with the brand. If anybody would have any questions, I think you can post it in the Q&A box. And I think Sonia ma'am is also here. Ma'am, if you'd like to add on to something.
Thank you, Nikita. Hi, Anjali. Thank you for coming on the webinar today and a beautiful, wonderful presentation. Friends, I'll request all of you, if you have any questions on the business model, you can keep writing these and we'll take these questions live. And also post the webinar, we'll be happy to speak to people on one-to-one basis. Joaquin, I see some very specific questions on the equipment and the cost of these equipments. So we've given a total amount for the equipment that you need to put aside in the investment. So we can speak to you one-to-one. And just to recap the entire opportunity very quickly, I'll say Pilates Academy is one of the most premier, I would say, Pilates brand, and they have a very strong reputation across the Middle East. Started in Italy to New York and Dubai, and they follow the traditional Pilates principle. And they also have a very clinical approach on the regimes which they follow. And I would also say they are a go-to name in the Middle East, and they've also made a very big mark in India with their successful operations which are running in Mumbai. And I just heard Anjali talk about their partner in Bombay, who started with one location. And immediately after 1 year, he also opened up the second location, which also is a very big testimony to the fact the kind of support and the demand the program has. And the brand enjoys a very strong equity with a lot of celebrity clientele in Bombay who are regular to their classes. They vouch for the programs which are being run by them. And there are centers which are fully tagged around the clock. And I would recommend anybody who's keen, interested to also come take a tour at one of the locations in Bombay or also in Dubai to experience the brand. And both Anjali and Chloe, they're true visionaries in the Pilates industry, and they come with years of expertise and a very deep passion for holistic wellness. And they've established the brand to share their knowledge and to transform lives. And also, I'm happy to announce that we at Franchise India and Fran Global, we actually believe in the brand, the founders, and the opportunity that we see in the Indian markets, a very, very wide space. And hence, we partnered with both of them as master franchisees for India. And if you look at this concept or this opportunity industry, it has now become a global phenomena. It is trending because of a lot of increasing prevalence of various health issues, including hypertension, obesity, joint pain back. I think we talked about that. And a lot of awareness which is coming into this space, which has made this particular format of fitness very, very big. The company is backward integrated. They have their own Pilates equipment, which is state-of-the-art Pilates equipment, which they use at all their centers. So we've split the opportunity into two parts. So one is an area partner. We have created 10 zones in the country. I would say split the country into 10 zones, we feel, which has the highest demand, segregated, which is based on the opportunity that we witness in these markets. And the area franchisee would have a minimum rollout to be achieved in the territory based on the location that you take, which can start from 6 to about 20 in bigger cities like Bombay and Delhi. And which also has a fee, which starts at about 18 lakhs for smaller zones and about 60 lakhs for cities like Bombay and Delhi. And the unit investment is close to about 75 lakhs, where I would say the 50% investment goes into your equipment, which is the lifeline of the business, which is close to about 35 odd lakhs towards equipment. And the balance is into your interior franchise fees and a little bit of launch investment that you need to keep aside as a part of your working capital. And the formats are very simple. We can start as small as, say, 1,000, 1,200 square feet. We can go up to about 3,000 square feet of space. And so, Anjali, we'll talk a little bit on, I think we've covered on the financials. I see some questions also which are coming from a lot of people who have joined the webinar. And friends, by request, we might not be able to delve too much of information on the webinar. Anybody who's keen, want to go further down, we like to have one-to-one discussion with you. But actually, just to start off with, if we like to understand a little bit on the unit economics while Nikita took us through the financials, and maybe you can take your Bombay center as maybe a benchmark in terms of the number of people. While we say 100 people or members is something that we expect every month to come. So if you want to give Bombay as an example, typical number of members that you think for the first 3 months, it takes some time. And one thing which I forgot to mention, friends, unlike many other businesses, fitness is one business which does not require too much of working capital, because anybody who comes for the classes would pay that money in advance. Other retail businesses has to wait the entire cycle of say 30 days to get that working capital in place. But business of fitness, you have all the advance payment coming to you, which is funded by the customer. So actually, if you can talk a little bit on our fee structure, what we charge, how our classes are done, typical number of classes an individual takes, how much is a repeat rate of the customers, how much new acquisition we need to do. I think these I think some basic information would really help our viewers to understand how the model works.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sonia, and thank you for all those amazing words. We really hope to be true to the standards that you set for us on this webinar. Well, the Mumbai studio, to say the least, was our first big set out to go to India. So it was very important for us to get our bearings together and to understand that we have to carry that same ethos that we have in Dubai and extend it into India. We have, I'd like to say, followed the true form of Pilates, contrary to what I experienced going to different studios in Mumbai, realized that it was turning into a gym and they were doing a gym workout on the reformer. And that's not really what we believe in. So as much as we do understand that we're looking to get stronger and fitter and we are looking for a strong workout, we have our start and end always believes in the true ethos of Pilates and have maintained that through the 1 hour workout that the client will experience. And that has been why magnanimously we have grown as quickly as we did, because people came and realized that what we were able to offer was very different from what they were already getting within India. So being right in the heart of the city of Bandra and competing with the big names of the city that already existed a few meters away, we managed to very, very quickly pick up our clientele, and as you said, some celebrity clientele as well. Happy to say that. Our biggest asset before anybody else, before our clients, is our trainers. We're proud to say that every trainer that joined us from day one that I hired on LinkedIn, sitting here in Dubai for my Mumbai studio, still works with us. Not only do they work with us, they were recently in Dubai getting further educated with us. So they believe not only in the brand and the brand value, but also what we are bringing to the table for them as trainers in terms of constantly upgrading their quality. And that is why the studio incredibly benefits and the trainer incredibly benefits, and they stay together. So that has really been our biggest strength as Pilates Academy before anything else that we'd like to say. After that comes the clientele. We are, I'd like to say, about 10% more expensive than any studio in India, but our quality is incredibly different, to say the least. Our trainers are extremely qualified. We make sure that Chloe is in Mumbai every alternate month, January, March, June, etc. She has plans of being in the Mumbai studio and then extending to different parts of India in the future as well, where she's constantly coming down and educating the trainers to make sure that your existing trainers can come join in and expand their quality and make sure that they're constantly upgraded with their education. So that's truly important to us, and hence that benefit is extended to the clientele as well, who are willing to pay that little bit extra for the premium Pilates classes that they get. Having said that, we're at about 1100 rupees a session when you're buying a package, and it can get cheaper if you buy a larger number of sessions, and about 3500 rupees for a set of for a single session when you invest in a set of 10 for private, which is very affordable to the people in the city. And a retainer, I want to say, is about 90% from every single client that joined our studio in Bandra from day one. So we've done a great job in retaining our clientele as well as our trainers.
Do we also have some ideal number of classes that we recommend our members to take? Because we charge per session, they can even take and club couple of sessions together. But in your opinion and experience, what is the ideal number of sessions typically taken by people or recommended to be taken? So if I acquire one client today, how long, would he stay and stick and take these sessions over a period of time?
So it's important to keep in mind what else they do besides Pilates. If I am an athlete and I am working out in on the field, or I am a runner, or I like to do the gym, then people do Pilates additionally twice a week. But having said that, people who are pure Pilates junkies, and you will find many of them in my Bandra studio, I'd like to say even come from 4 to 5 times a week as a regular workout.
Quickly pick some questions, and I think there's one question also on the health related issues. Would you want to explain? And I have, I think, Tanish Roy asking this question. Does it also heal any health related issues? If we can explain that, what's the value add compared with the other existing Pilates academies in India? Yes.
Sure. Health related issues, definitely, from your spine to your posture to your shoulder to your hip flexors to your ankle joints to, I mean, I don't know which health issues that you are talking about in terms of our body, our movement. Everything can be improved with Pilates to a point where even our simply the way we breathe in our Pilates session helps us be more centered, be more calm. So I want to say, from paralysis to osteoporosis to any kind of issues from disc bulge, the list is never ending. So if you do have any specific issue that you want to talk about, I'm happy to get into details for that. But the answer would, in a generic way, be yes. As I already said, we did do a lot of Pilates in Mumbai before we decided to bring it right in the middle of Bandra to realize the difference in quality of Pilates Academy versus Indian studios. There is a massive difference. They are more a gym on the reformer. When I went there, I realized that they are doing more bench presses and more squats and lunges and doing all the regular gym workouts. I don't have a problem with that. I don't shy away from strength training on the reformer, but there is a true part of connection with mind muscle. There is a core connection that we focus on and then expand it to the rest of the body. So I would like to say that I encourage you to try Pilates in another studio in Pilates Academy, Mumbai, and see the difference that we are talking about.
I'll also take this up, Palak, you want, thank you. I think you've commented this beautiful presentation, and she wants to know, she's looking for a studio in Delhi. If we can have the idea about the equipment pricing as well, that would be great. Palak, I'll request if we can speak one-to-one with you. And I'd like to also understand what part of Delhi you belong to, which location, South Delhi or any other area which you are looking at. And if you have any experience in fitness at large, we'll be happy to learn a little bit more about your location and profile. And Rishu would definitely get in touch with you. And subsequently, we'll also connect you with Anjali. I'll also request Rishu, if you want to leave your email ID and contact number in the chat box. I'd like to thank all our friends who came in today on this webinar. And there were many, Anjali, who in fact inquired, but they could not be participating or viewing this webinar today. We'll reach out to everybody who's reached out to us. And before we close, I'll request if you want to have any final words for all the people who are listening to you and any message that you want to share with them.
Pilates is been a part of our life for many years today. And if you are looking to be a part of a business where you can improve people's life, where you're looking for a holistic approach, where you're looking to heal, looking to grow internally and physically both, and still do extremely well financially, then this is definitely the business for you.
Wonderful. And Palak, thank you once again. You look to start one outlet in Gurgaon on the Golf Course Road. And I don't know where exactly the location, but that definitely is the place where we want to set up center, and she actually comes from the background. She's a Pilates instructor in Mumbai. Palak, if you're still in Mumbai, I'll request you to visit one of our locations, either in Worli or Bandra. Maybe Rishu can connect with you, and we can also speak with you offline to take our conversation ahead. Thank you so much, Anjali, for being with us. I'd like to thank
My
all our
pleasure.
friends who came in today. And Bharat, over to you.
All right, that's it. Thanks so much, Anjali, for the beautiful presentation and the business opportunities you are offering to all the the investors. I would like to thank all the joinees, attendees who basically stayed with us for last 1 hour with us to understand this brand. Thank you so much. I would also like to appreciate all the panelists, including Sonia ma'am, for being available for this webinar and putting your comments on that. Thank you so much. In case if anyone would like to get in touch with Franchise India, right, you can reach to us by calling our hotline number 9717683838, or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. So that's it for the day. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Tomorrow, we will again come up with the next brand and we'll explore the another business opportunity. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a nice day ahead. Thank you.